Few sounds on Earth trigger adrenaline like a fighter jet screaming overhead. The rumble, the roar, the sonic violence that shakes your bones. You feel it before you even see it. Today, we're diving into the science of that fear. The physics behind why modern fighter jets are not just loud, but some of the loudest machines ever built by humankind. A roar born from raw power. To understand the sound, you first need to understand just how extreme fighter jet engines are. A typical commercial airliner engine produces around 20,000 pounds of thrust. An F-22 Raptor, 70,000 pounds, without afterburners. And when it kicks in the burners, that number skyrockets even higher. That power comes from controlled explosions inside the engine. Inside the jet's core, air is sucked in, compressed to insane pressures, mixed with fuel, ignited at temperatures hotter than lava. Each micro-explosion creates a pressure wave, a shock, and those shocks create sound. Fighter jets don't just make noise. They unleash shockwaves that literally blast the air apart. This isn't simple loudness. It's a weaponized scream of physics. Afterburners, the sound of violent speed. The afterburner is where things get terrifying. Normally an engine burns a careful fuel-air mixture, efficient, controlled. But when a fighter pilot wants maximum thrust, they open the floodgate. Fuel is dumped into the exhaust. And boom, it ignites behind the engine. No containment, no turbine blades, just raw fire meeting supersonic wind. The temperature can hit 2,200 degrees Celsius, and the exhaust speed slams toward Mach 2. That creates white heavy checkmark massive shock diamonds, white heavy checkmark extreme turbulence, white heavy checkmark ear-shattering pressure blasts. This is a signature fighter jet roar, a sound that can hit 150 decibels or more. To put that into perspective, sound source loudness: rock concert 120 dB, gunshot 140 dB, fighter jet at takeoff, close range 160 plus dB. 160 dB is the threshold for instant and permanent hearing loss, and fighter jets surpass it. This is not a noise you hear. It's a force that physically assaults your rib cage. The fear factor: human biology meets sonic power. Why does the sound hit us so deeply? Humans evolved to fear sudden, sharp, low-frequency impulses. Our ancient ancestors were programmed to react to thunderclaps, earthquakes, predator roars. A fighter jet combines all three. White heavy checkmark low-frequency rumble activates a part of your brain linked to danger. White heavy checkmark rapid pressure changes trigger startle response. White heavy checkmark unpredictable shockwaves feel like something is attacking you. Your nervous system is ancient. It recognizes overwhelming power, and it says, that's the physics of fear. Fighter jets sound like the sky is ripping apart, because in a way, it actually is. How supersonic speed breaks the sound barrier and your ears. When a jet hits Mach 1, something incredible happens. Air molecules cannot physically get out of the way fast enough. Pressure builds, until suddenly, boom, a shockwave blasts outward like a sonic explosion. That's a sonic boom. It isn't one sound. It's a continuous cone of shockwaves that follows the aircraft everywhere it goes. People below don't hear. The plane going fast. They hear. Heavy checkmark the atmosphere fracturing under stress. Sonic booms can shatter windows, damage buildings, knock people to the ground, trigger primal fear responses. It's physics putting nature on the defensive. Jet nozzle design, built for noise. Fighter jets don't try to be quiet. They are specifically engineered to. Heavy checkmark create maximum thrust. Heavy checkmark withstand insane heat. Heavy checkmark work during violent maneuvers. Stealth jets like the F-35 and F-22 even vector their nozzles, meaning they can point the thrust in different directions. Cool feature: terrible for eardrums. The jagged edges on modern stealth nozzles, they help scatter radar waves, but they also create chaotic turbulence, more noise. Noise is a byproduct of battlefield dominance. Low pass flyovers, a fear weapon. Ever seen a jet rip by at low altitude? It's not just showing off. Low passes weaponize sound. At low altitude, shockwaves bounce off the ground, creating reverberations that amplify the noise. Pilots call it wake the town and blow the doors off. It is used in war too. shock enemy troops, break morale, disorient anti-air defenses, send a clear message. We own the sky. That feeling you get when a jet screams overhead, the fear response, it's militarily intentional. Sound becomes psychological warfare. Stealth versus loudness, a strange paradox. You'd think stealth jets would be quiet. Stealth is about avoiding radar, not avoiding noise. In fact, to stay stealthy, jets hide weapons internally. That means they need even more for us to carry. Heavy fuel loads, advanced electronics, coatings that make them radar invisible. More weight equals more power equals more noise. An F-22 or F-35 is often louder than older jets like the F-16 or MiG-29. Stealth doesn't care about being heard. If you can hear it, it's already too late. Why making them quiet is nearly impossible. Engineers have tried everything. Bigger inlets, more drag. Muffled exhausts, less thrust. Slower speeds defeats the purpose. The physics is brutal. To stay competitive, heavy check mark jets must accelerate faster. Heavy check mark climb quicker. Heavy check mark carry heavier payloads. Heavy check mark outrun missiles. Heavy check mark masters supersonic combat. Each of those demands more thrust, more heat, more shockwaves, which means more noise. Silence is a luxury fighter jets cannot afford. The future, quieter supersonic flight. NASA and Lockheed are testing designs like the X-59 QSST, shaping shockwaves to reduce the boom. The goal? Replace the explosive boom with a gentle thump. If this works, we may see supersonic passenger travel return, reduce training noise around bases, less environmental impact. But for frontline fighters, quietness will always be secondary to survival. The sound of a fighter jet is the sound of control. Control of the air, control of the fight, control of fear. Conclusion, sound as a symbol of power. So why are fighter jets so loud? Because they have to be. They are machines built to break the sound barrier, dominate the sky, strike terror into enemies, project power across the world. The thunderous roar is not a flaw. It's the loudest mission statement ever designed. When you hear that sonic scream, when your chest vibrates, when the air itself feels like it's attacking you, that's the universe telling you there is something enormous, unstoppable, and fast directly above you. It's the physics of fear, because the sky isn't supposed to make noise like that. But fighter jets do, and that's exactly the point. If you'd like, I can also provide the science of sonic booms. Stealth Tech explained, the loudest fighter jets ranked. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.